Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video. Today it's going to be a update video on a whole bunch of projects. I've been working on at least probably 3 different projects for 3 different clients. And here's all the updates on so far. First is the lot of knives that my friend JR sent me. He sent me a huge lot of knives, and 6 of those he wanted me to work on and clean up. So here's the updates before these go back to him. This is the first one that I worked on because there was almost nothing wrong with it. Basically, whoever made this before JR bought it, it did not have an edge whatsoever. So I took my belt sander and finished the edge and fixed it all back up and gave it a few licks with the whetstone. So there's that. Next is one of the Browning blades that he sent me that didn't have a handle at all. So I took multiple pieces of stag and stacked them on top of each other, made a pommel and filled it with silver solder, and made the guard out of brass. Beautiful. Hard to believe this was just a bar of steel. There wasn't even a bevel on this thing. That turned out beautiful. Next is the other Browning blade that he sent to me. Again, same thing. Stacked stag handle with an aluminum pommel and brass guard. Again, to keep it with the age. Again, this blade did not have a bevel on it, and I put one on it with my belt sander. And then gave it a few licks with the whetstone. And then here's the U.S. Navy knife that he wanted me to restore. I put the original leather handle back on it, basically reusing some old leather and shaping it to the original handle design. Almost can't even tell it's been rehandled. Beautiful. That one turned out really great. Next is on this one that, again, he just wanted me to fix. It had some severe edge damage. Can't even tell the edge was damaged now. Beautiful knife. And last but not least, my favorite, and that's this Western that he had me work on. And those who remember, this one had no grips when it was given to me to work on. And I actually did not use stag on this one. This one I tried a new material, and that was cow bone. I had a huge chunk of it given to me by a friend of mine, and I decided to try it out, and it worked beautifully, as you can see. That handle turned out gorgeous. And JR is really happy with this. He can't wait to get this one back. He said he's probably going to keep this one for himself. But anyway, those are the 6 that he wants me to send back. I will wrap them up and get them shipped back to him. And this is one of the knives he gave me in the lot that I said I could have. And it's a modern bayonet. It's an AK bayonet. Since it's a modern one, I did some modifications to it. I replaced the Phillips screws with rivets to make it look old. And I rounded out the pommel so that way it's more comfortable to the hand. Because this thing was very sharp. It kept digging into my hand. So since it's modern, I can modify it and not worry about it. And I sharpened the blade. Beautiful bayonet for a replica. So that will go in my collection. So that's the update on JR stuff. Next is on the stuff I got from my local buddy. And first things first is on a couple of the pocket knives I restored out of the lot that he gave me. Or traded me. First is this Parker Japan Hawkbill I restored. Beautiful knife. Love restoring these. Sadly, it doesn't have much snap, but it's a beautiful piece to my collection. That one I'm keeping. Next is this Western USA Model 658. A mini Stockman. Completely refurbished it, brought it back to original condition the best I could, and this one's actually for sale on my eBay page, which I'll put a link to in the description of this video. Beautiful knife. Next is this Queen's knife. This one's not for sale yet, because I haven't put it on eBay yet, but this one's going for sale as well. This is a mini little trapper. Sadly, the blades don't have their original shape. I had to reshape them to try to keep the original design and fix them up to where they're sellable. Still not a bad little knife. I'm not going to ask very much for it, but this one is going for sale. And these Queen's knives always sell no matter what price I put, so I know that they're going to be that's going to sell pretty quick. And then next is a Buck 301 that came in the lot. I restored it and brought it back to the original condition. And I found out something very special about this one, which I will talk about in another video, because talking about it now would stretch the video too long, and I can't do that. I'll talk about it in another video. But this one's very special, because I found out this one was made by Charade, not Camillus. So this one I'm going to talk about in another video. Now that I found out all that information. Beautiful knife. Next is on the fixed blades that came in the lot that he gave. Well, actually, these are ones I'm going to send back to Buck. This is the small little peanut knife that came in, model 305. Sadly, the main blade is broken. I'm going to send that to Buck to be repaired. And since I'm going to send this anyway, I'm going to send the 110 that my friend Robert gave me to either keep or sell to be fixed up. Instead of me cleaning it up, since I'm going to send this one anyway, I'm going to send this with it, just to give it a spa treatment and clean it up. So there's that. Again, all that came in the same lot. Next is on to the fixed blades. First is this Parker Brothers Japanese dagger. Those who may remember, the guard was broken, and I shaved this down smooth. So that way it's kind of somewhat uniform, because I wouldn't be able to repair that guard. I want to keep the handle. So I just shaved it down and rounded this down so it's kind of uniform in a way, because I'm going to keep this for myself. So not a bad looking knife still. Next is on the Utica butcher knives. I completely cleaned them up. Not bad. And also put a very sharp edge on them. These I'm going to keep for myself. And so am I going to keep this one as well. And of course I'm keeping that one as well. Sorry about that. Next is this unknown origin knife. Very well made. I think this was probably forged from a file, because there's lots of grooves in the blade from what looks like an old file. And it's very well made, and it holds a beautiful edge. This one is going to go in my personal collection. And I love the aluminum with the copper pins. Beautiful knife. Next is, last but not least, is an experiment knife I did. And when I was at Dollar General, I normally don't buy anything that much, but I saw these for $1 3-pack. They're stainless steel butter knives made out of one piece of steel. And I've been wanting to do a particular project in mind, and it turned out beautiful. And that is, I wanted to find a couple of these and shave these flat and turn them into straight razor grips. And it did. And this is the straight razor that came as the result to that. Beautiful. Basically, I took 2 of the butter knives, shaved the other end, the insides flat, and turned them into straight razor grips. And it turned out beautiful. The razor blade came in the lot that I got from my buddy. And it's a Wade and Butcher, Sheffield, England. The original handles weren't good shape. They were decaying because they had not been taken care of. So I thought this would be a perfect candidate to do an experimental handle. And I used a piece of aluminum for the spacer and copper pins. Came out beautiful. That one I'm going to keep for my personal collection because I don't have a straight razor like this. Again, goes to show you can take something cheap from Dollar General and actually make something beautiful out of it. All right, that is on that lot. Next is on my friend Chance. I've been making him a Bowie knife. In exchange, he gave me some knives. So first things first, I'm going to show the progress on the Bowie knife I've been making for him. This is a classic Arkansas design with a Texas style, I guess you would say, because he wanted an S-shaped guard. And the blade's reminiscent of an Arkansas toothpick Bowie. Beautiful. The blade itself is made out of carbon steel that I recycled. And I have to drill one more extra pinhole, and then I got to put the grips on. Going to use walnut grips. Beautiful knife, and I'll be keeping him updated on the project, and he's very happy with it. Beautiful Bowie knife. Next is on some of the knives he gave me. Well, one of them anyway. This is the Damascus knife that he gave me in the trade. I cleaned it up, repolished it, and cleaned up all the gunk that was on it. And this I'm actually going to give to my father for his birthday, which is tomorrow. So by the time this video is posted, it'll probably already be a day after his birthday. So I hope he enjoys this, which I know he will because he loves these Damascus knives. And next is the pilot sheath that he gave me. No, this didn't come from Chance. This came from my other buddy. Sorry about that. This actually fits my Japanese pilot's knife perfectly. So thank you very much, my friend. This came from Cornelius. My apologies. Yeah, this came from Cornelius. Thank you very much, my friend. It fits my Japanese knife perfectly. So my apologies on that. Next is on this Imperial Lockback. I cleaned it up, and this is on my eBay page right now. So if you want to buy this, it's for sale at a fair price. So that's all the updates I've got so far. Hope you guys enjoyed the projects, and I hope you guys enjoy. And as always, stay sharp.